So it looks like residential cruising is really taking off. So there's another offering that has just appeared, Crescent Seas, and they're offering 5 ships are going to be happening in the next 5 years. So let's have a look at it and why I think this could be a really good option. So it's a new player to the residential cruising market. It's a luxury liveaboard cruise concept, and it's spearheaded by Russell Gilbert. So he's a real estate developer, and he was a former Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings chairman. So that is the main credential, I think, that makes this a really interesting proposition, is that it is being run by a reputable company that's, well established and has cruise experience. So they plan to launch 5 ships over the next 5 years, and they're starting off with Seven Seas Navigator, which is set to debut as Navigator late in 2026. So, as we know, so far we've got the World, which is super expensive and quite exclusive to get onto, and Villa Vie. So I've made a video on Villa Vie already. I'll link it up above and down below if you want to check that out. So Villa Vie is a startup, and there have been a number of problems with it, but it is also an affordable option. So let's see how this new Crescent Seas stacks up. Crescent Seas has agreed to take over the Navigator from Seven Seas, and they're going to do a $50 million refurbishment. Now, this is already a luxury cruise ship, and it is currently running. So the renovations are going to be overseen by Lissonian partners, Journey and MAWD, who are 3 renowned design firms specializing in luxury interiors. So Lissonian partners worked on the Haven aboard Norwegian Cruise Line's Prima class ships. So the interiors are going to be turned into high-end private residences, offering the comforts of a permanent home with the mobility of a world cruise. So once completed, Navigator will feature 210 private residences, and they're going to range in cost from $750,000 to $8 million. Okay, so they're going to change the ship from its current luxury cruise ship cabins, which are also already quite spacious, and then they're going to change it to like 210 residences. And these are all going to have butler service and everything that you need with, bedroom suites and lounge areas and that kind of thing. And they are going to cost from $750,000 to $8 million. So already that is putting this Crescent Seas offering up into the world kind of standards rather than Villa Vie kind of standards. So I think we're still missing something here for the people that want something more affordable. So the cabins already are quite large. There are no inside cabins. There are only ocean view, balcony and suites. And they range from 28 square meters up to 109 square meters. They already all have a seating area as well as, bedroom area or a separate bedroom. So it will be interesting to see what the smallest offering is once they've refurbished this ship. So unlike traditional cruising, the same as the offerings on the other residential cruises, the ship will be staying in each port for a few days. So that is the main thing that I've always liked about residential cruising and what appealed to me about Villa Vie. It's also a smaller ship, so it will be able to go into the smaller ports, which was one of the other things that I really liked about the idea of residential cruising. The Seven Seas Navigator is already known as a luxury ship, and it's got a 4.5 editor review on Cruise Critic, and they described it as elegant and contemporary. So the ship is really nice. So who's it aimed at? It's aimed at retirees, digital nomads, people with some money, obviously, who want to travel the world. So it really is priced for the luxury market. So sales are going to be open from April the 9th, 2025. So if you are interested, then do check it out. And there will be a discussion with Russell Gilbert in more detail at the Sea Trade Cruise Global on April 8th, 2025. So Crescent Seas are planning on 5 cruise ships in the next few years. So that is going to be quite interesting. Whether there is a market, especially at this luxury end. I mean, obviously the World has been successful and they are going for a similar kind of market. I don't think this is going to be the answer to Villa Vie though, because at that kind of price, it's not affordable for most people. So I think we're still waiting for that unicorn, something that, you know, encompasses a more affordable and flexible option, maybe like Villa Vie, with the backing of a more recognized and well-known company behind it. But I think it's going to be a really interesting concept, and I'm looking forward to when they are released. If you're interested in Crescent Seas or residential cruising, then let me know below. And please like and subscribe if you are interested in my content. It really does help my channel grow. And thank you. See you next time.